Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. All right. Well. Is this the last week? Is this the last week before the exam? Okay, good. So what are we going to do today? We're going to recap the course. We're going to see a little bit of the week after is the last week. Very good. But so I'm checking the calendar, by the way. We have this week. Yeah, exactly. We have this week and one more week. Yeah, perfect. But the last day of class is the 30th, according to an email I got today. That means we have today, Tuesday, and Monday. So we have 3 sessions left. So 2 sessions left, counting today. Yeah, without counting today, 2 sessions left. Sounds good? Does that make sense to you? The 30th is the last day of class. I don't know if it's included or not. So confusing. Yeah, good. So 30th, last day of class. Good. Everybody knows when is the final exam. One more time. Good. Okay. How is your submission? Let's see if I can share this. Nine, Ali. Yes. On the 9th. Very good. So this session and 2 more sessions. So what I'm thinking is just to recap the course and what should you study? You should study everything except what we have not seen. Yes. So today we're going to do half office hours and half a bit of content. Sounds good? About the assignments, yes. Slides today? No, I don't think so. Well, there's going to be a few slides, but not big ones. Hold on a second. Where is that? Right. So we're going to see very interesting videos about Toby. We saw Toby, not Toby, but prototyping, which is also something very interesting that I want you to get into it. Good. Before we go on to the content for today, I'd like to review the last assignment you got. Do you have any questions? Do we have any volunteer to explain what they did? By the way, I gave your feedback to the owners of each of the websites you review, Citation C and Anglo Gulf Equestrian, and they all say thank you to you. And they say that they're looking to get an intern for an internship, and also they want to hire some student that knows Shopify. So, good. You didn't understand the assignment. Okay. Okay. I see you're worried about the final. Good. So let's go by parts. We'll talk about the final at the end of the class. Sounds good? Number 2. Number 1, somebody didn't understand the assignment very well. Do we have any volunteer to show what they did in the assignment? Volunteer group. Let's see, assignment for today was So most of you did it very well. So this is assignment from DT4. Anybody from DT4 would like to show their assignment or explain to us? No? Khalifa, Thiab, Simon, Winner. Nobody? Okay. Maybe somebody from, yes. Oh, Winner, sounds good, okay. Anybody else would like, from your group, would like to show us to the rest of the class how you did it? Or DT6, somebody from DT6? Come on, don't be shy. If you want bonus points, this is your chance. Let's see, Salama, are you here? No, okay, so this assignment comes after the other assignment where you were asked to review the website, right? And this assignment asks you, how would you conduct a usability study? And it's based on the videos of usability foundations that we saw 2 weeks ago. So the assignment was very clear. It asks you to do a user persona, right? So here we have the user persona. And then to create 2 documents. One is the task list. So if you remember how we do usability assignments, usability studies, you don't tell the user, here, check the website. No, you tell them a specific task they have to accomplish, and then you check how they do it. And by giving a specific task or a task list to the participants, you ensure that you can give it to various people and they all have to do the same thing, and then you can compare. So you get very good qualitative data. Whereas if you tell people just check the website if you like it or not, different people will do different things, and then you cannot compare. So it's much better when it's directed. And if the task is related to the website, it's even better. In this case, Anglo Golf is about equestrian products, so how to buy an equestrian product. So a very good task would be, you need something for your horse, and go to this website and try to buy it. That would be a perfect task, and see where they get stuck or lost. And so in this case, Salam and company prepared, for example, very good instructions here, so they don't have to talk. Because remember, when you talk, you introduce distortions in the participants. So it's better to give them a written instruction assignment. Right, so click here, take a few moments to tell us what you believe this site is about. This is great. And then it says your trailer. So when you have a horse, I think people have trailers to transport the horse. So this website is about buying trailers for horses. So you trailer starting to it all, and you la la la, and it explains very well. So you are planning to shop for a new trailer when you have money to spend now, and maybe that's over the top. Right, so right, it's about the usability, but it's okay, it's a good story. You're going to buy a trailer for your friend who has Arabian horses. That's important because Arabian horses are a certain size. And your budget is 26,000. And so it says use the search bar. This is a very good assignment. That's why I got 5 out of 5. Well done, Salama, Moza. It's very good. And then you can give it to a few people and see what they do. So this is great. Yeah. Simon, you ready to present?
Good evening. Can you share it to me? Like it's a RAR file and I could not open it. Like by open by
Yeah. Who sends RAR files?
Winner. It's like we
You get a
worked on
minus
the
point.
no
You get
no
a minus
way.
point. Every time you send a RAR file, somebody's crying, and you get a minus point.
No. I mean like we
Well,
worked
zip it,
on
zip
a
it. I have to
shared
go to
file, Microsoft
terminal.
360 Word
Yeah, wait
file,
a
and
second. I
right
will
after
share it
that
for
we
you.
zipped it.
Okay, let's finish with the girls first. Yeah,
Okay,
sounds good.
sure.
And then you come in. So and then that was the task list. That's what you gave to the participant, right? And here you have the observer copy. This is for the person that is sitting next or in the room with the person taking the usability study. And so this is in case that you're hiring somebody else to do it. So you give them a written what they have to do. And this is times and so on. So this is very good. Well done, girls. Fantastic. And so, yeah, it's really good. With observer notes, it's very good. 5 out of 5. Well done. Well done. Right? Right. So Anglo Golf, they built this on Shopify, and they are very happy because what they're doing now is they use a WhatsApp group, WhatsApp for business. But by putting this website, the sales have multiplied by 2 or by 3, and it's a terrible website, right? But so yeah, and there's a lot to improve. So it's very good. Okay, winner. Let's go. Or Simon, sorry. You sent me a RAR file, so now I have to decompress it. Let's see. You are DT6 winner. Is that correct? No, you DT4. Okay, let's see. GB5. We will not find it now. Huh? Winner. Let's see. DT20. DT6. GB5. DT4 here. You send me a RAR file. Please don't do this again. I don't have time. We go to terminal and do this, okay? Just don't do that. RAR. What is it? Is it unrar?
Hello,
Great.
I think I can share it. I extracted it now.
Oh, great. Now that I did it, fine. Go ahead. Simon,
Can
speak
you
again.
make me a presenter?
Yeah, absolutely. I will make you moderator. Use your powers wisely. Okay, now Simon is going to present their documents.
All right, I'm sharing my entire screen. I hope you can see it. And I will start with the user persona as I stated there. Uh, so we have two arbitrary users here. The first one is Fatma, female, 24 years of age, and lives in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. So like the website is there, so we assume the person from Saudi. Again, she has got a horse, and she's a horseback rider looking for a trailer. So we thought she could be.
Very good. Simon, stop.
Mhm.
Okay, ask the class if they think this is a good user persona or not.
Okay, hey class, do you think is this a good persona, user persona? This lady and the guy here.
Focus on the question, eh? Not good. I mean, not cute. Good user persona.
Yeah, based on some reasons.
This is in real life, you would get a 0 in your job. You might even get fired. Simon, why?
Hmm, probably because I like collected his personal information.
No. What is the purpose of a user persona?
Well, to know the users we're expecting, like the arbitrary users that we
And
expect in the
do you
program.
think 24-year-old have money to buy horse trailers, which cost 26,000,
Um,
and also you need a course?
okay, I thought, yeah, imagine like if she is horseback rider and she has got
Simon,
like,
seriously, do you think that somebody that doesn't work has money to buy horse trailers?
I mean, like 24 is old enough to work. We have like,
Do you do you think this is the typical buyer?
probably because it is horse, yeah, we can say, but mm, this area, I mean, like the Middle East people are rich, so
But Simon, the user persona is the typical user. Do you think that the 24-year-old is the typical user, the typical buyer of horse trailers?
yeah, as I told you, we thought in the same way, but it looks like we need someone older, yeah.
It's not about the possibility. I'm not asking if it's possible. I'm not asking that. I'm asking who is the typical buyer? And I know the owner of this website, and you know how many 24-year-old buyers she has?
Maybe
Zero.
zero.
Zero. Do you know how many under 30-year-old buyers have? Zero. Okay, all the buyers are over 30. They are old, 30s, 40s. Yes. And do you know how many are female? Zero.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. So why did this happen?
I understand because of the region.
No, it's because we didn't email the owner of the website and ask her, hey, who are your typical buyers?
Okay, we should
If we had
probably do.
done that, if we had done our
Hmm.
research, we would have a correct user persona. These user personas are very nice. They are correct for the exam, but in real life, they're not correct. Do you know what I mean, Simon?
Yeah, I get your idea. We should have get the fact. I mean, some statistical information from the
If you
company.
want a A++, you need, and you want to be a good usability researcher, you
Hmm.
have to get the facts, and you will not get them sitting down in your chair imagining what's possible or not. You will get them by talking to
Absolutely, yeah.
people. Yeah. Another very interesting thing is
Yeah,
that
I can be
half of the
honest with that.
buyers,
Like we had no information about that. It was just imagination, as you say.
yeah, but it didn't cost you much to email the
Hmm. Hmm.
the guy of the website, no?
Yeah, we should have tried that.
It doesn't cost so much. Like, hey, I'm checking your website. Who are your buyers? Typical buyers. And you would have gone a long answer. You know the other interesting thing of the buyers? Half of them do not speak English. So those are the two facts, like no females
Hmm.
and no English, half of them. So the
Okay, she's already out.
not out, but the user persona for this website is not a young female. It's a older Saudi Arabian or Emirati. Half of them don't speak good English at all. And then you can really, oh my God, this website is for half of the people don't speak English. Oh my God. Okay. Got it? Okay. But the user persona is correct. But when you go to work in real life, keep in mind that when your boss asks you, hey, find me the user personas, don't, don't imagine. Try to get something realistic. Next one.
All right, yeah. Thank you for your comments. That was good. Again, I will take you to the next file, which is the tasks, and we have like the task list, and we have the observer one. So I think I should go to the task list first.
Mhm.
We have these tasks we prepared for the participant,
Mhm.
and I think I can show you along with the observer information. So because for every single task there is something that the observer does. Uh,
Okay.
Here, this is according to the sample format. We have like the observer information and the task list together. Uh, like we here give some appreciation for the observer, and I'm not gonna go through this. I think the important thing is the task list. So we
Hmm.
have here the session time. We set that, then the duration, and then the debrief meeting, which is set again.
Hmm.
So it's like no more than 30 minutes from after right after the session. We put that. Then we have the first task here. So the first task is it says click on the link provided at the top of the computer. Take a couple of minutes to tell me what you think the site is about and what you can do on the site. Feel free to scroll around. So like the so-called link is the link that will take us to the website. Okay, it should be here. I will take the link. So here is the link. This is the link we provide for the user.
Very good, very good. Mhm.
So like that is the task. The user will go to here and we will answer it. I mean, the user will gonna answer the question that's given there, and the observer's task is again mentioned here.
Why did you
Uh,
put this task, Simon?
okay, so this is we like first thing is in general how much or time or effort will it take from the user to know what the website is. So here like the observer is looking for uh, the
Simon,
items
Simon,
that the
Simon,
participant
winner,
mentioned or seen
Simon,
first. All right, okay, okay,
Simon, Simon, stop, stop. Winner says
all
that
right,
is for discoverability to check if the
yes.
website is discoverable. I think it's more about is the website so bad, so bad, so bad that somebody, when it goes to the website, can think it's somebody else, something else. It's about ice creams. You know, it could be so bad, it could happen. So if you think the website is very confusing, I would add this task. But if you think the website is clear enough that it's unlikely that somebody will think this is an ice cream website, it's so clear that this is about horses, then maybe you don't need this task. But this task is nice to have it because it tells you the first impression of the user. And if it takes them more than 30 seconds to tell you, oh, it's about trailers, then it's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Very good. And
All right, okay.
you decided
Here
on
is the thing.
four.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, all right. So like so the observer's task here is the first thing is like he should be like warm and welcoming, and then again he should see what the user or the participant mentioning first once they talk about like the website. So that's the only thing that the observer collects here. The second task is here is another task. I will read it. So imagine you're living in the downtown and you want to move your horse from your home to the nearest riding arena, place to ride horse. Use this website to get to the you need to transport your horse. So like here we are giving a task for user to buy uh, probably the trailer, but we are not telling it clearly. So the user will go ahead and he will try to go through the website to find. So the observer here gonna ask some specific questions to I mean like an answer for these questions by observing so is the site browsable? The observer is expected to answer this question. And when the user or the participant tries to find the item and then buy or place the order, whatever the website allows. So
Hmm.
like here, finally, we were expected to stop the participant right before he clicks on checkout because like this is a for test, we might not allow to buy. But until that, we are gonna wait for the participant, like just answering this question. That means the
Hmm.
observer. So, so do navigation elements help users find the areas they are looking for? So which element he is using, that should be considered. The observer should answer these questions. Was search used or search term? Like either you there are parts there for search. So which one is used? And again, there is a sort. So what that is there used? That should be answered
Mhm.
here, like to get the particular trailer. Again, so which navigation user, and that should be again answered. And
Mhm.
so we have like content or promo informations there, like which one is clicked, that should be answered here. Again, we have another point. Does information on the site help convince users to purchase? Looks clear. So the observer should answer these questions when the user does this job. So
Mm.
that's our second task. The third task is suppose you want to buy a trailer, but you don't have enough money to pay it at once. So find suitable payment plans. So
Why
like
do
the
why do
website allows,
you why do you
sorry.
say that you don't have enough money? Wait.
So like the
What?
thing is there is some plan, like long-term plan to pay
Mhm.
for the trailer in the
Mhm.
website. So we want to test will the user like easily access it, or like what it takes to access.
Mm.
So whether we need to up,
Mhm.
I mean like upgrade the usability or not.
Okay, good.
So it's like to know the discoverability and the steps
Of the
of that,
finance available.
the financial stuff. Okay.
Wow,
So
okay. Very good, very
here,
good.
this is intended to explore the financial, yeah, as I said.
Mhm.
So here, these are the questions. Can participants find the link easily? That's one thing.
Mm.
Which link is easily discoverable? So do they
Mhm.
use navigation or search? And is the calculator easily understandable? There is like a
Mm.
calculator
There
where,
is a calculator, yeah.
yeah, so for that purpose, like, is it understandable or more than basic? So that should be
Yeah.
answered here.
Mm.
Does the user interpret the result information correctly? So how would they understand the result, or are they get like confused of it? That should be answered here. One more task, I guess. Yeah, we have one more task here, the last one, which is suppose you already bought a trailer from the Anglo Gulf Equestrian website. What would you do if you found defects in the trailer? So this is like
Mhm.
post
After
buying,
service.
like yeah,
Mm.
after the service or after getting the trailer, if it is
How did you
delivered and
get
after
these ideas?
the
How did you get
delivery.
these ideas? This is very detailed.
Well, let's tell that
Where did
when
you
we
get
are
these
done.
ideas from? Yeah. Huh? That's very
I
good.
will try to explain after I'm done with it.
That's very good. Very good.
Uh,
Very detailed. Mm.
okay, so we have, thank you, by the way. We have observer notes here. So this is like the contact us link or button feature. Could not use those word in the task.
Mm.
Okay, so the thing is, which one is user? Like the contact us or button when there is a problem. Like will the user gonna use
Mm.
or the participant gonna use the contact us
Mm.
or other features. So that's we want to test that one. So we have a
Mm.
some questions here. The contact us
Mhm.
feature, is it discoverable? That's one thing. There are two one a link and one a button. So discoverability one thing. Can the participant successfully submit their complaint? Because we say there is a defect here, so
Complain.
we expect a complaint.
Complain. Com- That's a misspell.
Again,
Complain.
which contact us okay, which one is user, like the button or the link? So we want to know which one is more discoverable.
Very good.
Again, which way of communication is used? Like there is WhatsApp and phone. So if
Mm.
more, we want to compare them here.
Mm.
And
Mm.
is
Mm.
there failed communication? That means like when they try WhatsApp or phone, it might
Mm.
not get through. So again, we want to see the user feeling on that. If yes, then
Mm.
which one? Which one was like the failed one? Those are the things uh, we have considered. If you guys have
That's
any
very good.
question, I will try to explain, or my
Questions for
group members
Simon?
will
I
answer.
think he deserves a clap, clap. No, very good.
Thank
Well
you.
done. This is very detailed.
And for
Very,
the
very
question you
detailed.
asked me earlier,
Yes.
well, like the template is from the file you have shared, or
Yes.
the file you have
Listen to
done
me.
on the.
That's just a template. It doesn't mean it's the law. It doesn't mean you have to have 4 tasks. It's just an example. For this one,
Yeah,
maybe you
so
need only 3 tasks, you know. Don't don't take it too much too hard. It's just an example. Different tasks might require different projects might require different tasks. But this is very good. Very detailed, very good, Simon. Very impressive. Um,
all right, thank you,
I
doctor.
think
So my
I
eyes
sent
stop
this
sharing.
to the owner and she was very impressed. Yeah, it's a good job.
All right, thank you. And the
Okay,
information, like, yeah, I mean, we have seen the sample, and based on that, like, we try to understand it. So from that, we generalized our understanding for this website.
and
There's no
Simon,
more, I think, source.
How would you administer the test? Face to face, or would you use some software?
Face to face is the best option.
No, it's not the best option. Face to face is super expensive. You have to bring people to a lane, to an office,
Oh,
and
you mean like if I myself want to do the test?
yeah, how would you do it?
Well, then we gotta imagine then let's I own a business or a company first,
You don't want to
but
spend too
not
much
as
money.
a student.
How many people you need to test?
Uh, yeah, particularly five.
5. So bringing 5 people to imagine you do this in the campus. You need a few people from Dubai, a few from Abu Dhabi, a few from Saudi, because Saudi is important. So, 2 from Saudi and 1 from Dubai and 2 from Abu Dhabi. So how much is this going to cost?
Yeah, it's
Plane
gonna be
tickets.
expensive.
Okay,
Uh,
so who's gonna pay? I'm not gonna pay for this. So we need to find a cheaper option. What's a cheaper option and actually better option?
in that case, online must be better. But if in case
What tool
like
would
if
you use?
the company has
No,
branches,
no, we
that
don't
would
have
be again
branches.
another
It's you.
option.
You are the company, Simon. You are the company. Okay.
Okay.
Did we talk about jar the other day?
Well, in that case, like the online one gonna be much more cheaper. So I will try to do it online, and
Well, which
if
tool are
it
you going to
goes
use online?
well, then if it goes well, in that case,
Simon,
I will take it.
Simon,
But all right.
Simon, you don't have to convince me. Just answer the questions. Which tool would you use online?
Oh, which tool to do the test? Maybe like live session like this, and letting him share the screen, looking at him through the camera.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So you would record. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. That's not very expensive. That's good. There's a website called Hotjar. Did I talk about Hotjar before?
Um, I don't think so.
Did I mention Hotjar or no? In Slack.
Oh, it's mentioned.
Yes.
My bad.
So for those who want to get an A++, you might have checked the Hotjar, which is pretty amazing. Um, so there's a lot of software that lets you see using the iPhone camera of the user while the user is on the phone where they are looking and where they are touching on the screen. This software, one example is, do you see it on the screen? Hotjar is one of them. It's pretty amazing. You can do heat maps, recordings of where the mouse is. You can collect the feedback, and you can do the surveys all in one. Isn't this amazing? And it's GDPR compliant, by the way. So let's take a look at this. Did I not show this the other way. So here you have a heat map of a few users where they show where they usually look with the eyes, right? And so this would solve the task number 4, which was, is XYZ discoverable? So here you have the visualization of if something is discoverable. And so Hotjar fixes this very well. It's like a spy software inside your testing. So you send a link, the user clicks, and they see the app, and they can play with the app. Then you have a complete recording of what they did. You can analyze it, playback, and you can hear what they were saying with the Think Aloud protocol, and you can do surveys and so on. To me, the heat map is amazing. You learn what gets ignored. So for example, here you have a long website, and so it turns out that the parts of the page that are at the bottom, well, they don't get visited too much. If you have some important information at the top, at the bottom, you can be sure it will not. You can check how much it gets ignored. You can measure. So Hotjar has become the kind of the go-to state-of-the-art. If you want to find a job and you want to use what you learn in this class, but you don't know Hotjar, then nobody will take you seriously. It's like if you graduate and you don't know Agile or Jira or how to use Jira, nobody will take you seriously. This is the same. Yeah. So very interesting software, and if you know it, it's a big plus in your resume. Like, I know Hotjar. I was like, wow, okay, you're hired. So very, very cool software. There's a few competitors, but this has become the gold standard, basically. And here you have case studies. So for example, I think e-commerce is easy to understand. And let's see, for example, here. So here you have a case study. There's this company called Zenprint. And so Zenprint was using Google Analytics. Google offers a service where if you put some JavaScript in the WordPress or Shopify or the website, it will tell you where the users go, the user flow, where they go, where they leave your website, where they get tired, where they get confused. They just go. So Zenprint was using Google Analytics, but then they used Hotjar. And here you can see the example how they use the heat map to find out that some things were not as discoverable as they should be. So here you have a lot of case studies. So it's very interesting. If you're a product manager, also it's very good. Here you have the example of the thing. Here you can see what the user seen. So this is what the user was seeing. This would be a recording. So here you can see just with the mouse where they get confused, where they're hovering, and right. So Hotjar, very cool. If you're interested, if somebody wants to do like a flipped classroom and showcase or do a demo of Hotjar for the rest of the class, you can do that to get more grade. So just let me know if you want to do it for the next class. It's very good. Next week, not next class. Cool. Questions? Simon, how do you like this Hotjar?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, let's look how much it costs. How much does it cost, Simon?
Well, because I'm gonna do this for 1 month, I will just be.
We can do 100, yeah. So
Yeah.
more than enough, yeah. So $39. instead of paying 5 plane tickets. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is great, no?
Yeah, it is.
So you charge the same and you get more profit because you have to less expenses. And that's why Hotjar. You know, if you can buy shares of Hotjar, buy shares of Hotjar because this is amazing. Questions? Yeah, it's very helpful. Okay, so if somebody wants to download and do a demo for us for the class, we can do it. I'll be happy. Because we are friends with both Citation C and Anglo Gulf, they will let us use their websites with Hotjar if I ask them. So if somebody wants to do it, and then we'll really understand how to use Hotjar, which is, I think it's super high value added to your curriculum. Great, excellent. Questions? Good. Anybody else wants to present? GB5, GB2, GB1? Anybody else? Okay, person that was feeling confused with the assignment. Are you still confused? No? You sure? Questions? Okay, good. So what's the lesson for today? If you can, just go to where the information is, right? Don't imagine it, just ask the person, okay, hey, what is the typical customer you have? That's so much better. Very good. Okay, I see some people have not submitted, so I just wanted to check. There's like Humaid, Rashid, Naat, Mohammed, Mugisha, and Wali, Ali, Marey, Ahmed, Muhammad, Saleh, Afifi, Greish, Ubaid, Rashid, Yusuf, Ubaid, Muhammad, Salem, and Hassan and Abbas. You have not submitted this. It's 5 points. If you don't submit, it doesn't count, but it's an easy way to get points towards a good grade. So, and you know, it's easy points that you can get. Right, great. Okay, questions about the assignments? More questions? Okay, Sultan, we will do this after the class. Yeah. Is the praying time now? Sorry about that. Time. Time? No. Did I hear something? Okay, good. Okay, for today's class, I wanted to show you something really cool. So it's about prototyping. So I don't know if you remember these Google Glasses. This is Isabel Olson, who was the designer of the Google Glass. And Google Glass was amazing. And so if I ask you, imagine you need to do a prototype of Google Glass, okay? How would you do it? How much money would it take, or how many days do you think it would take to do a prototype of a Google Glass, you know, to see if it works, to display something in front of your head? Right. Well, let's see, how long does it take? Let's see, I need to go to Google Chrome, reshare this, and then go back to here, update the poll, close it. Stop the share, and then now share.
My name is Tom Chi. I spent 2 years of my life building the user experience
hear?
team for the Google X division of Google. And I It's a place I affectionately called the Department of Science Fiction because of the futuristic nature of the types of projects we took on. Self-driving cars, Google Glass, and other things that you'll see soon enough. So for those who haven't heard of this project, this is what Google Glass looks like. It allows you to overlay digital things into your eyesight while still maintaining being part of a world. So if I were to pull out my cell phone and look into it, I'm basically out of this world now. Like I'm in my own little cell phone, tablet world, what have you. But Google Glass has the vision of allowing us to continue to be in the world, but also have access to the digital things that we need and we love. Now, I'm going to ask you a really simple question about Google Glass. How would you prototype this experience? How long do you think it would take you to make the first working version of a heads-up display?
How long? Answer. Type in the chat. If you get it right, you get the bonus point. 24 hours. Who else? 3 weeks. 1 week. 1 minute. 1 minute, Moet? Wow, you're really confident. Moet said 1 minute. Yeah, good luck. Okay. Right, let's see.
Okay, a little bit on the long side. The answer is 1 day. And here's what it looks
1 day.
like.
1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. No, Mohammed, you said 24 hours and he said 1 day. It's not the same. I cannot give you the bonus point. Okay, Fatima, you got it. Very good. Yeah, I'm not sure it's the same because 1 day is 8 hours of work.
So basically, the magic piece is the coat hanger. The coat hanger, I bent it
What is the magic piece?
in a specific shape, and the top loop goes around your neck, and then the bottom loop rests against your chest. And it allows me to carry a piece of plexiglass on which a little sheet protector. So these are the things that you put your book reports in so they don't get wet. Literally got at the drugstore. Have it out at the end of the plexiglass, and then it gets projected onto with the Piker projector that's connected to a netbook. And using this setup, within 1 day, we were already able to start having the experience of what it looks like to have digital things overlaid on your physical world, be able to move around with it, and also use the netbook to try out tons and tons of different ideas around software. Now, after you start getting something like that working, a really important problem comes up. Like you're wearing this thing on your head. It's like a pair of glasses. So you don't have a mouse or a keyboard or a touch screen, all the ways that you're used to interacting with a machine. So we thought for a second, well, maybe we could do something like what was shown in Minority Report. So for folks who haven't seen that, basically Tom Cruise is manipulating software with his hands in front of his face, and photos are flying over here, and his emails over here, and so on and so forth. So that's the same question again. How long do you think it would take to have the real experience of doing something like that? 2 years, okay. Somebody said 1 day. 45 minutes.
Oh my God, 45 minutes. Nobody gets a bonus point. I'm sorry.
So here's how it looks. So you wear the thing that we saw the first time because you need some way to go project things. But what happens is we got 2 hairbands, which I think was the hardest part. We had to go ask people for their hairbands. But you put one hand in each hairband, and attached to that hairband, we tied a fishing line. And the fishing line goes over the top of a whiteboard and then goes down to this little assembly that's taped to the floor. And what this means is every time I move my hand in any direction, it adds tension to the line, and it does the following with the assembly on the floor. So the other end of the fishing wire is attached to a chopstick. And it's not because I'm Asian, there's just a cafeteria nearby. I don't just carry chopsticks on me. But I tied it to the end of a chopstick.
Did you get the chopstick joke? You didn't get it, yeah? Did you get it? Do you find it funny? He made the joke with the chopstick. It's if you're in America and you make a joke about race, Chinese chopstick, then it's very bad. So he can do the joke because he's Chinese. Otherwise, it would be very bad. You might even get fired. That's why that woman is laughing hysterically. You can see it here because of this. This only Americans will understand this kind of humor.
Clipped it into a binder clip, and then put it over a pen. And basically what happens then is when you move your arm and it produces tension on the wire, chopstick comes down like a lever and clicks a presentation clicker. One hand moves the presentation forward, the other hand moves the presentation backwards. So this was built in 45 minutes, and that meant shortly afterwards, we were having experiences like looking at an image gallery and saying, next image, previous image.
Wow.
Or looking at our emails and
that.
saying, let me click into this email.
Let
me click reply now. And this was exactly the experience of what it was like to go control software with your hands. And ultimately, what it taught us is we probably shouldn't have this in the product. We learned a lot of things about the social awkwardness of it and some of the ergonomic aspects of it that you couldn't have like figured out ahead of just thinking about it. And ergo, the second prototyping rule, which is doing is the best kind of thinking. They teach you to think a lot in school, but I think it's a little bit overrated. Now, last example, actually Google's not the first team that's tried to go make something like this. And if you search for heads-up display, you get tons of images of teams that have built various systems like this.
Okay, don't you notice anything weird? He's not showing us the prototype. Hello, what is this? What is this? What is the prototype? He didn't show it. If it's so good, 45 minutes, hello, show it to us.
But I can tell you at a glance that none of these pieces of hardware are comfortable to wear for more than 15 minutes, except for maybe the helmet over there.
Okay, can somebody explain why none of this is comfortable to wear?
But then you got to wear a helmet.
Okay, I will leave. It's not only because it's heavy. No, it's more than that. I will leave the link here, and then the first person who replies on Slack gets a bonus point. Bang, bang. Okay, and so time's up for today. And now we're gonna do questions, office hours. Sounds good? I hope you enjoy this. The lesson of this is don't be afraid to prototype. Don't be afraid to prototype. 45 minutes, easier than it looks. Just get started, especially with hardware. Easier than it looks, yeah. Exactly, Simon. Bonus point for you. Excellent. Now, questions about the grades. So before we go into the last week, I want you to check your Blackboard grades, that everything is correct, that, because I don't want you to come after the final exam and tell me that there is something not graded properly, because you need 1 extra point. Okay, so let's do this now that you got your grades properly. Sounds good? Okay, so who wanted to talk to me about the grade W6?
Me, doctor.
W6. What was the problem?
The problem is the grades not shown.
You are Rashid or Humaid?
Yes, Rashid.
You are Rashid, okay. Yeah, did you submit late? Yes.
I submitted again. It was a group work.
That's weird because it shows like individual submission. How many are you in the group?
5. I think GB3, I think.
Did you submit as a group? No.
Yeah, we submit as a group. All my group members, they have the grades. Only me.
You don't. You are the only one that doesn't have the grade.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's correct. Well done. Any other problems?
No, thank you, doctor.
Super. Somebody else? Open the mic and speak. Yes, you may. Well, we should do the attendance, really. It's like, can we do the attendance?
Doctor, there was a question from our group,
Yes.
DT4.
Yeah.
You told us to update, like you would update the grade for
Okay.
W12
Simon, yeah.
after the
Let's do the
presentation.
let's do the attendance, and then we go to your question. Sounds good? For
All
the
right,
people that
thank
want to
you.
leave earlier. Sounds good? Yeah. So after the attendance, talk to me. Okay, let's do the attendance quickly. Attendance tracking, my favorite, and solve human-computer interaction usability problem. Let's go. Are you ready for this torture? Yeah, you're ready for the torture. Okay. Okay. Thiap, manifest yourself if you're here with us. No. Okay. Next one. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing. Sorry about that. I need to stop sharing and share again. So many sharing things. What about now? Yeah, super. Maha, you're here. Amna?
Here.
Super. Who's next? Khalifa, are you here? And Winner,
Yes,
you're here.
doctor.
Very good, very good. Yasser, E. Very good. Ahmed. And Ahmed. The next one is Mohammed M. Very good. Who's next? Fatima O. Next one is Mariam M. Man S. And next one is Alias.
I'm here, doctor.
Very good. Marwan. Simon, you're here. Fatima J. Fatima A.
Yes, doctor.
Very good. Mira M. Very good. Humaid. Sarah H. And Metha R. Fatima S. Mohammed A. Sarah S. And Syed H. Very good. Mitha S. Very good. And Latifa S. Very good. Sultan S. Salama A. Chama S. Mariam K. And Nura S. Very good. Luis Antigua, you get. Okay. Yes, sure. Present. Okay. So Hela. Miss A. Ivan. Very good. Ivan. Alanut and Sheikha. Very good. Ahud and Sheikha A.
Yes.
Very good. Hello. Sultan. No, sorry. Rashid, Sultan M. Very good. Said B and Zoaina. Very good, Zoaina. Saif K and Moza K. Fatima S. Moet. Ahmad J and Aisha S. And Shahab and Shamek. And Sherina and Roda. Very good. And Hur-E. Super awesome. Look at this. Okay, wonderful. Now let's go back to the, yes, who was talking? Simon. You may leave now if you don't have questions. You don't know where to start. So Mira, the final will be very similar to the midterm. Super similar. So if you don't know where to start by all the quizzes and the midterm. Sounds good? Yeah. Okay. All the chapters that we have seen are in, except the one that we have not seen, which is none. So all are in. I'm sorry, Ali. It's the same as every year. What do you mean too much? Too much. I'm sorry. You know what? Don't study, Don't study, or studying group, which is lots of fun. I used to studying group when I was. Tranquilo, is that Spanish? Tranquilo? Yes, the exam will be face-to-face. So we will be able to meet and do the exam, and afterwards we'll make a party. How's that? You crying about the party or about the face-to-face? It's face-to-face. It's on the campus, so make sure you come to the campus. Sounds good? Yes, of course. Only if you get A. It will be multiple choice, it will be true or false, and multiple questions. I will prepare an example file so you can prepare, and you can also suggest questions. So if you're smart when you study, you suggest questions, and if I like them, I will use them. Yeah? Yes, everything is inside the Dropbox, which is in the Slack. Yes. So check, you can start practicing. Sounds good? Wait. Let's see what else. Okay, anybody else has a question about the assignments? Okay, winner, here we go. What was it? Winner. Winner. Abdullah, yeah? It's winner Abdullah. I cannot find you, winner.
It's the group actually, DP4.
For W12? Okay, let's go. Here we are, week 12. Is already review?
Yes, I want.
The view here. Are you with Mugisha and Wally? Oh, wait. Is that you? Oh, you don't see my screen. Hold on. Sorry, you don't see my screen. Do you see my screen? Yes, you see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
So, winner, what is the problem? Everybody's graded except and Wally.
I mean, after a
Mugisha.
winner presented it in the class, you told us to upgrade it to 5. That's the issue.
I told you I will give you a 5.
Yeah, we would get like full mark.
And you didn't get a full mark?
Yes.
Okay, let's find you. You are with Darota, yeah?
Yes.
You did it for. Let's see. What was this about? Oh, yeah. After you presented, I told you I would give you a 5, and I didn't give you a 5.
Yep.
Good that you protest. Very good. Check that it's working now. And Mugisha and Wally, you don't have submission for W12. Mohammed Abdul Rahman and Obeid Al Wildi. Is that okay? I mean, you should check this out. You are welcome. Your group is so participative. Thank you very much, Simon and Winner. Thank you very much. You have a nice night. Yes, yes. Awesome. You may leave. Somebody else has a question. Maja, yes. Where is the question? Maja, let's see if I find you. Okay. What? Maja, can you open the microphone?
Okay. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have here. Why? What happened?
Yeah, it was just the week 9 good vibrations, and to be honest, my group isn't really doing a lot of work. I have to push them so that they can do work. And for the good vibrations, we didn't do it. We tried to do all of the other assignments. I even did the bonus ones, but it was just one assignment that we didn't do. Are we going to lose a lot of grades just because of one assignment?
No, if you don't do the assignment, it just doesn't count for you. So it's completely okay. It's like it's not a big deal at all. I would not worry about it.
Yeah, because my group is a little slow. I have to push them so that they can do their work. So it's quite hard to finish assignments over and over.
I understand your predicament. You can submit individual if you want. That's one thing. The other thing you can do is like, I mean, you check your grade. I think it's pretty high, yeah, your grade. So you have a minus. This is very good. This doesn't count. Like you should only submit this assignment if you think you can get more than 91% of this assignment, which is 4.6. So if you think I will not give you more than 4.6, in your case, I wouldn't submit. Sounds good?
Okay, I will try to.
No, you don't.
I will try
In your
to
case,
finish the
I
assignments
wouldn't.
before
No,
this week.
if you will only improve your grade if you get more than 4.6 in this assignment. So your grade is very high, so it's not worth for you to submit it. You are doing very well.
Thankfully, I was kind of worried about this one.
No, it's only interesting to submit if you have a very low grade because it's easy to get full mark here, right? But your grade is so high that even if you get full mark, it doesn't change anything for you because your grade is very high already. So in your case, it does not matter at all. Sounds good?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Anybody else? That's called grade hacking, but don't do it at home. All right. So yeah, try to finish the W13 tasks. There's going to be questions about the task in the exam, and I will prepare some mock-up exam questions for you. Exam will be divided in 4 parts as the midterm, same, and it's going to be face-to-face using your laptop. So bring your laptop on the 9th. And then the college told me they will find a room for all of us because we are so many. Okay, all questions? All right. So if somebody is an expert in Shopify, I have a job for you. If you want to do internships in any of these 2 companies, Citationcy or AngloGulf, you let me know. Anything else? Okay, and last one for the next class, next week, if somebody wants to present Hotjar demo, talk to me. All right, see you next week. Ciao, ciao. I will send you a blended assignment for Tuesday. Sayonara.